Channel. My name is Brad, SuperCoach Pro. Today's video, we are doing round 6 AFL SuperCoach team review. So I actually won 9 out of 10 leagues this week, did really well, avoided all the carnage for once. So yeah, my rankings have shot up. So we'll go into the home bit. I'll undo my changes so you can actually see what side I went into. Now, if you were following me since round 1 this year, I started off about 100,000, went to about 70,000. And then last week I was about 50 something thousand. So I'm slowly making my way back by clever trading, I'd say. So, and I won my head-to-head draft against Spills. So, yeah, I'm not doing well in draft. I'm 2-4, and old mate's 4-2. So, just pipped in. But anyway, we're here for the classic side, not the draft at all. So we scored 2207, top 4% for the round overall. And yeah, we jumped 19,000 ranks. We used a boost this week, and we'll use a boost this week again. Now, team value is over 12 million now. It's 12.2 million. So that seems pretty decent about cash generation, even though I traded in Johnson and who's that other player, Roberts, this week. So I'll go undo changes because I'm not sure if this was the side I actually went into the round with, because I just pressed optimize. So if you press optimize on your team, you got SuperCoach Gold. It gives you all the best fielded rookies that they advise and what VC and C they advise with, just FYI. So I was mucking around that before. Now, starting the back line, today's game was absolutely brilliant. Dacos 145, kicked 2 snags as well. Just unbelievable player. They play him in the midfield. Like, if you guys had 3 of him, you'd win the flag, no worries. And yeah, he's just an absolute pig this year. Just always calls for it, always wants it, and just always gets it. So he's a legit VCC option every week. He's now 644k, just insane value at the start of the season. Stewart 111. You'll take that in a 93-point win. Like, there's not much ball back there considering how much they smashed the Swans. So yeah, really love him at his price, and yeah, glad to have him back in. Stocker 58. This is his first poor game he's dropped. I'm not sure what happened there, but he'll be on the cull maybe next week or 2. But he's the least of my worries in the back line, as you can see. McKenna 57 and Wilmot 39, just absolute dud scores. McKenna's a slow start at the moment, and he had a fair bit, but just, I don't know, turnovers from these boys or just can't get enough. And then Wilmot's always on the bench. Like, it's just really frustrating with those 2 guys. I didn't watch much of the game, so I can't comment too much on their performance, but it looks like their time is done. And Liam Jones, I whooped to 53 because I stupidly didn't VC Bonds. I was worried about the age tag, so I VC'd English thinking he'd go 130, and he did, but I just didn't think Bond would go 180. He hasn't looked like it this year. Anyway, so yeah, took the Jones score there, obviously. Cowan's useless, so he's going there this week. And yeah, Bond, unbelievable. We had like 30 plus a goal, like just absolute jet. And Laird doing Laird things again as well, 126. So his average is only a 111, so it's a bit poor for the price I started with him at. I'm just glad I didn't trade him out though. 144 to Taranto. It's crazy from Taranto. I didn't think he really had the sort of in him, but he's just been such a great starting pick, and most people have him anyway. Settlefield went down back when Laverde came off injured, so that really messed up his score. Gets a lot of time on bench at the moment as well. I think he's still injured, so I don't mind if you have to cut him, but I'd be getting rid of these rookies first. And Settlefield was still scoring okay, averaging 97. It's not the worst in the world. Hopper 94 has these hot starts for Richmond, especially in the first half, and then he just dies in the last half. I'm just not sure if it's because of his knee, and he's had, you know, a looked after managed sort of preseason. So there's something in that as well. He can probably be one of your last rookies you upgrade over the bye though. And Ashcroft sort of, yeah, averaging what he is now, scoring. So 76, got a lot more CBAs than he has been in the last few weeks, I thought. So yeah, I'm certainly not upgrading Ashcroft yet. I think there's, yeah, worse rookies than him. Holland 60 and Baker 59 respectively. You'll take that for what I've seen on the weekend anyway. So they're not bad midfield rookies. And Ginby, I think I'm going to have to field over a Jones and whatnot from now on. So it's not too bad with these guys. If you own Ashcroft, like hopefully my internet works for you to see the break evens tonight. Well, he's got a break even of 51. Wouldn't bother trading him just yet. He's got Freo. Hollins is doing well. Like he's got a break even of 31. And Bakes, I kept. I know a lot of people got rid of him, but his break even's now reset to 37, and he just went up 6K, which is not much. But Gimby's the other one I had to hold. Break even, he only lost 7K. His break even reset to 53. So I think I'm gonna have to field him this week. Excuse me. Green comes back into my squad this week. So it's not too bad scoring 2207 with a primo on the bench who's averaging 107 thereabouts. Johnson got a lot of pill in the back line, so that's a bit annoying. I don't know if he keeps his spot this week, but yeah, not a great rookie to trade in, but most people did anyway. He's owned by only 13% of competition. That's not good for us. That's not good for a lot of people actually that actually own him, because I thought he was a lot higher than that. Just quickly, what's Roberts owned by? 34%. So at least that's better. You all go down with 1/3 of the competition. Yeah, I suppose not too much to talk about. English, just doing English things. Always has over 20 disposals normally. And yeah, just such a great pick. I think he's your pick if you need to get rid of Grundy. He's probably your man. And speaking of which, if you need to get rid of Took this week, yeah, you're probably looking at a player like Laird if you don't already have Laird, or Clary, who's dropped a bit in price as well. But Clary's break even's 150, who he'll probably get against North Melbourne anyway. So, yeah, Rowan Marshall. This is a bit concerning now. It's probably a luxury upgrade. He's not one I'll be moving off. Like I said, I'll be upgrading my team around these sort of players. Against Carlton, yeah, I don't love it. What do you do? And then, yeah, Radaglia, 75. He's actually been really good. I'm glad I didn't use the Madden loophole this year. I'm actually glad I kept him as well, because he was scoring really poorly. I know we're talking about bench players but look at his first three are awful. And now he's got some confidence in the back line with Stewart there. So, yeah, he's probably fieldable as well. His break-even's not bad, and he's, he started this guy for 78,000 more than a Madden, but at least you're getting cash gen back out of this pick. So I really like it, and hopefully that's one of my advantages is in a year of bad cash gen, hopefully players like this can really get up to 350, because we're seeing rookies barely even making 280, 290 at the moment, and it's quite concerning. I think we're going to have to go for value primos, not paying up for primos this season, and just trying to, get players that can average quite well for their price. Dunkley 104 is probably D1 anyway. F1 anyway, along with your Rosies and whatnot. Like they're pretty similar averaging. Dunks is 109, Rosie, and then Cogs are 103 and 102. But they're not players you can really do anything with. You're just going to keep them even if they do drop the 60 every now and then. I know people are talking about Gordon, but just don't even bother trading Gordon yet. Rosie's a good pickup as well. Like, he's just pretty consistent. His wild score is 84. And Cogs was the one I needed to target. It was, in the video, I actually got a comment, about Butters, and I was saying how Cogs has better CBAs than a player like Butters. And it actually put a lot of pressure on me this week, because I was really hoping Cogs outscored Butters by a fair bit, and Butters got 94 for the week, and Cogs comes out with a 136. So made me look like a genius, but it is only 1 week. So really like the pick that I bought in this week. I looked at his possessions on Footy Fan or Footy Wire, one of them, and I saw he was getting enough of it. So it just made sense to bring in a guy like him. Like, I owned him last year, know what he's capable of. He's always gone around the 100 to 105 mark season's end. So he was the obvious one. People saying, oh, well, I started him. Well, good for you. You bought a player for 557 that you started with, who's only averaging 96. I bring this guy in for 1 week and he's giving me a 136. So already he's averaging me 136. So I'm not really hot on these 650K players. You bring in like your Dawsons, and people get, FOMO, which is fear of missing out. So they'll bring in a popular player that scored a couple 160s, but they're not going to do 160s forever. So it's better to grab a player that is value. And look at this, like Cogs outscored Clary this week by 38 points. So yeah, you jumped on Clary, but I've jumped on Cogs, saved myself 150K, and also banked 38 points this week. So it's about how you play the game, and this is why I wasn't too worried at the start of the season. Being 100K round one, being, I don't know, 30 odd thousand now, I know if I trade right, I can get myself back into the top 10K, no worries. So it's good when you get a team that's gifted and you just got a lucky starting team. But it is a lot harder to trade out of issues. And that's what I'm going to back myself this season, is trading myself out of stupid starting errors. And it's going to take a while for me to get a decent rank. So bear with me for the journey. I reckon we can get there. Goulden, don't be trading him out. I don't want to see comments saying trade Goulden. I could be wrong on this in future, but it's his first bad game. He had 3 shots in goal, missed all 3. They all lost by 93 points. What are you expecting him to do, really? So don't trade him out. You've got bigger issues, and that's to get rid of all your rookies before you look at sidewaysing any players now. It's upgrade season. Zeeble, he's really good price for 467. You know, people are saying, he's a trap and whatnot, but get stuffed. He's actually a really good pick this season. Hall's affected Sheasel's role, if anything. Sheasel got tagged. But, you know, Clarko was even saying that he might actually play Sheasel forward as well, because that's what he did as a junior at some point of his junior career. So I'm more worried about Sheasel than anything, than a Goulden per se, and that's just based on role. Goulden didn't have many CBAs, but maybe they put Mills in the midfield, but I just think Goulden's good enough to bounce back, and he's still averaging 90 even with that poor scoring system. And what forward doesn't score bad every 4 to 5 weeks? It's his first bad week, so just give him a break, guys. Green, glad I kept this bloke too and didn't cull him early. Like, his first 3 scores are pretty average, and the next 3's gone bang. So love that pick. And he looks not to be a bad fieldable option. So what are we doing this week? We've got a few different options, but I think Cowan has to go for me. Wilmot and McKenna as well. I'm not sure I want to hold Jones, but Jones' break even is a lot lower than McKenna. McKenna's got a 62 break even, so I'd rather make a little bit more money off Jones, because they've got a decent fixture as well, and see what he can do for me, and just cull my losses at 302. Wilmot's just too much time on bench, and Cowan's probably going to lose his spot at some point, and he's got a break even that's around his average. So what do we do? Now, I'm not a massive fan of bringing in players off one game, but we've already heard about Chincotta. I'm worried about Wagner's job security. I was just on the live sesh with SuperCoach Master Boys and the Centre Bounce guys, and just talking about job security and just players and whatnot. And I think Samus Mitchell, if he gets named round 3, we're just going to have to hope that he plays. And Chincotta. They're the 2 guys. Like, Chincotta had 24 touches. Wagner scares me off a little bit just with his job security and his injury history. I don't really like the other players that are there. Nothing really sticks out to me. So I think we'll do that. And then, sorry, I should have used my filter a bit better than that. Clear my filter. Players I can afford. And then sort by average is generally what I do. So I'm in 2 minds here. Do I grab Will Day, Sicily, or Sinclair? The obvious one is Sinclair and Sis, because you know what they're capable of, but you're also saving 100 grand if you go Will Day. And that 92K that I would have left over could make a huge difference to my season. Now, do I think Will Day is going to be top 6 to 8? That's what I'm not sure of. So am I bringing in a guy that's not so worthy of that, D6 spot, or do I just go for Sinclair and know that he's capable of averaging a 110 average from here on out? Their fixture looks pretty decent. Steele's back in the side, so you're sort of going to get that back roll a little bit. I didn't watch your game to actually see what he done, but maybe I should look in the kickouts and see where he played and his heat map and stuff like that, study a bit more. But I'm thinking this week we do just bite the bullet, grab Sinclair before he does get on a hot run, and then just wait and see. And if Will Day at 550 looks good and he's still got the role, bring him in later. So he's still bringing in one primo, but he's a definite primo over a 50-50 call. Now what the team looks like with 21 trades left, yeah, not too bad. I'm not getting too ahead of myself at this stage. Sheasel can stay there at the moment. Roberts' emergency can come off. We'll deal with him maybe next week if we have to worry about cash gen. Maybe him and Constable will do something with him. Now, the optimize button will actually get the best team that the picker thinks it will score the highest scores. So, hypothetically, I don't think they realise that Constable won't be playing. So, the loophole option for me is probably Mitchell for that Doggies game. And then I can sort of muck around with it. If he doesn't do too great, I can just chuck Shinkoda on field there against West Coast. I think he'll do all right. Now, captains I haven't really thought about, to be honest, just yet, because I've just really logged into my side. My benches look okay. I'm not worried about cash gen. I know a lot of people are, but I think we'll be okay this year if you get value picks to make up for lack of cash gen. The only one that really is screaming cash gen is Roberts, and Constable I kind of need just for loopholing purposes. So I've got the last game here, the Richmond and Gold Coast, if Constable doesn't get named. If not, I'll use Roberts for the Sydney one. So if I had to choose a Port Adelaide, St Kilda, Brisbane or Freo game, I'm probably loopholing, and this would be an absolute pod sort of move. It'd be Rosie or Marshall, because depending on the matchup for the ruck, but I'd probably prefer Rosie into who's really reliable at this stage. Where'd Bont? Surely Bont. I don't care about a Nash tag. I just think it's probably a lot safer. Where's the last game? Collingwood's midfield's pretty decent. So I feel pretty good if I have to do that. But if I can actually do it the other way around and Constable's not named, I'll probably just VC Bont into Laird. And this is screaming, I really need another primo that's more viable than these two week in, week out. I don't know if there's much I can really do this side at the moment in terms of rookies as well. Can move Taranto into the forward line. Sheasel to the bench. I'm not going to actually bench him. But this is the handy thing about bringing in DPP players as well, like a Mitchell. He can allow me to chuck in, in the back line so I don't have to field Ichikota or whatnot. But it means I can't even loop Roberts this week, so it's a little bit pointless, to be honest, when you look at it that way. So yeah, but I do love the DPP because now I can either field a Hollins or a Mitchell or a Green if I wanted to, just via that DPP ways. So sorry about the stuffing around at the end. I just wanted to see what my side looked like with those trades. Now, we always know there's a curveball, so those trades, maybe 2 out of 3 of them might work. Someone's going to get dropped, and it quite won't. So we've got Friday night games again, so I'll probably do a Thursday night video because Friday lunch break videos weren't ideal. It was a bit too last minute, so I do apologise for that. If you guys got any trade plans, leave them in the comments. Like the video if you like this content, sub if you haven't already. But if not, enjoy your night. Hopefully you guys scored really well. Let me know what you guys scored. And yeah, VC and C comments also. I'm always willing to reply there. So hopefully you guys have a good night. And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.